It was a moonless night, the kind that makes the darkness feel thicker, as if it would swallow you whole. Nathan, a weary traveler, found himself driving through a desolate stretch of road surrounded by dense forest. He couldn't help but feel an edge, a creeping unease settling in. Suddenly, he spotted a figure standing on the side of the road, their thumb extended, hitchhiking. Nathan hesitated for a moment, unsure whether to stop or heed the warning of countless horror stories. But the person looked harmless, a middle-aged woman with a disheveled hair and tattered clothing. Against his better judgment, Nathan pulled over. The woman climbed into the passenger seat, her eyes darting nervously. She introduced herself as Sarah and thanked Nathan for stopping. They started conversation about trivial things to break the silence and calm their nerves. Sarah seemed nice, yet the weight of unease lingered. Minutes turned into hours as they continued down a seemingly endless road. Suddenly, Sarah turned to Nathan with wide eyes and spoke in a hushed voice. "Do you believe in ghosts, Nathan?" He chuckled nervously, not wanting to admit how he had always been skeptical. "Well, I've never had an encounter myself, if that's what you're asking." Sarah's face fell, and her voice trembled with a mix of fear and desperation. "There's something you should know. I'm being haunted. I thought it would stop, but it's getting worse. And now it's after you too." Nathan's heart skipped a beat. He scanned his surroundings anxiously, searching for any signs of danger, but all he saw was darkness and trees enveloped by the night. He attempted to brush off Sarah's statement as a wild tale, convincing himself it was figment of her imagination. As they continued driving, the atmosphere grew increasingly eerie. Strange sounds echoed through the trees, distant whispers and unsettling laughter that sent shivers down Nathan's spine. He couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. Suddenly, Sarah gasped and pointed towards the rear-view mirror. Nathan's blood ran cold as he saw a pale figure materialize in the back seat. Its vacant eyes seemed to pierce through their souls, freezing them in terror. The figure wore tattered garments, its presence emanating an otherworldly coldness. With each passing moment, the temperature dropped, causing their breath to fog in fear. Nathan's grip on the steering wheel tightened as he found himself unable to tear his gaze away from the haunting figure. He sped up, desperate to outrun the paranormal entity, now hunting their every move. The road seemed never-ending, winding and turning as if it were leading them deeper into the nightmare. Sweat dripped down Nathan's forehead as panic set in. The figure in the back seat grew bolder, inching closer with each passing mile. Suddenly, Sarah's voice broke through the fearful silence. "There's an old abandoned church up ahead. We might find sanctuary there." Nathan glanced over at Sarah, seeing a glimmer of determination in her eyes. With newfound hope, he followed her instructions, turning onto a narrow path leading to a decrepit building. The church stood alone in darkness, its crumbling facade a stark contrast to the surrounding forest. They rushed inside, praying they found safety from the relentless pursuit. But the haunting followed them, invading the sacred walls of the church. The figure materialized in front of them, its chilling presence causing the temperature to plummet further. The air grew heavy with a stench of decay, and desperate pleas for mercy filled the room. Nathan and Sarah huddled together, praying for an end to their torment, and as they closed their eyes, an eerie presence dissipated, leaving them trembling in its wake. Days turned into weeks, and the haunting subsided. Nathan and Sarah moved on with their lives, forever connected by the shared trauma. But they never forgot the true horror of that night drive, a chilling reminder that some encounters with the supernatural can never be forgotten. As Nathan retells this chilling tale, he warns others to think twice before picking up hitchhikers on the desolate roads. As for Sarah, the woman haunted by an entity that followed her, the encounter changed her perspective forever. She now devotes her life to investigating the paranormal, determined to uncover the truth behind those dark, unseen forces that lurk in the shadows.